Hey, this is Sully, and this is the Body Count Report for Wednesday, November the 29th, 2017. And it's going to be a quick episode today. I'm going to take you around the world showing you life or death situations and some of the interesting news reporting. If you want to see me finding these news stories, tune into the live stream that I do every morning now, where I find the stories here. And you might hear me go on a rant about different news stories around the world, like Al Jazeera not understanding the violent side to Black Lives Matter. Documents there. This was labeled, I thought, as, why does U.S. see Black Lives Matter as a threat? Because several people used Black Lives Matter as their battle cry before going and killing police officers. Happened multiple times in the U.S. Also, people holding signs that said Black Lives Matter burnt down towns in the U.S. Ferguson, Missouri, for one, and Baltimore. Large parts of Baltimore sacked, ransacked, burnt down. People yelling Black Lives Matter the whole time. When people use the name of your organization as a battle cry to do terrorism, your organization becomes associated with terrorism, which is why the U.S. government was, so if Al Jazeera in any way thinks that this headline makes any sense, I don't know what they are. They can't possibly be a news agency if they can't see the violent side of an organization that killed a dozen police officers and burnt down a city, or at least people claiming to be a part of the organization doing that. That's ridiculous. Do your jobs. You're supposed to be news. Anyway, so we're going to show an interesting story that they do have about ISIS in the Middle East, and they have a keen insight on this. So it shows interesting way the Islamic State ran control over its areas. Then we have, actually, let's jump to, there we go. Another Islamic State story is about Russian airstrikes that killed several civilians while they are still fighting ISIS in Syria. So this is a pretty ugly fight over there. Putin's got a lot of friends, very different, very diverse group of friends. That's Rouhani from Iran, and that's Erdogan from Turkey, and that's Assad, and that's Benjamin Netanyahu. Boy, Putin just knows how to make friends with everybody. Interesting. Okay. Well, keep an eye on the story. Check it out. Link in the description. Ynet News reporting. Moving on to other conflicts around the world. We have militia attack kills 43 in South Sudan's Jonglei state. So, a tribal militia killed at least 43 people in South Sudan's central Jonglei state, local officials said on Wednesday, as part of a cycle of tit-for-tat revenge killings. Local authorities have so far been powerless to stop. This seems very reminiscent of what we're looking at in Nigeria, and with the Fulani herdsman situation. So I'm going to try to find more information about this and see the history here. We're looking at body count 43, but they're saying this is a tit for tat, meaning it goes back further. So I'm going to try to do a little more research on this. Hopefully I have more information on it tomorrow and a more in-depth update. Okay. So we are going to look at Kenya now. We have tear gas and deadly protests as Uhuru Kenyatta is sworn in for a disputed second term in Kenya. Oh no. Yeah, this is a scary situation. Of course, there is hope that Kenyatta, dictator or not, is going to help bring stability to the area. But stability, peace, and prosperity, and education, those are what we need to see. At the moment, we just see these horrible protests. Kenya presidential inauguration. Police fire tear gas, disperse crowds. So Telegraph reporting here. Hopefully you have better luck loading that. Good reporting, though, from Telegraph generally, so link in the description. And then Africa News reporting here. Wonderful pictures. Kenya police fired tear gas to disperse crowd of thousands of people trying to force their way into the stadium in the capital, Nairobi, to attend inauguration of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Okay, so check this story out. So even the pro Kenyatta people is going violent. All right, very interesting, convoluted situation out of Kenya. If you didn't follow the contested presidential election, there's plenty of background for that. I'll try to put some links to that in there too. All right, we have our favorite people to talk about in the Philippines, the Commie cosplayers. Okay, ready for the Commie cosplay story of the day? NPA rebels raid Negros quarry site. Suspected New People's Army rebels attacked a quarry site and bombed a heavy equipment on Sunday night in Barangay Orong, Cabancalan City, Negros Occidental. Occidental. According to Lieutenant Colonel Antonio Tumnog, commanding officer of the 1st Negros Island Geographical Battalion, about 12 communist rebels took the cellular phones of the quarry site employees before blowing up an improvised explosive, a backhoe owned by Barangay Kagawad Village Councilman Raquel Sierra. Tumnog said the damage was placed at 200,000 pesos, Philippine pesos. The latest incident came on the heels of two similar attacks by other communist rebels of Panay Island that killed a policeman and wounded 14 others last week. Covered that. We're going to go ahead and just let you read the rest of this great reporting out of Manila Times. And I just want everybody to know that I do 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday. I do video every day, body count report on this channel. And then I also do a bonus video for the Patreon. So if you become a Patreon supporter, that gets you an extra video every day. So please consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep bringing you this news every day. Also, I'm doing a live stream, a mukbang breakfast live stream where I do my show prep, and you can watch along with me there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody stay safe. And for those who watched the live stream this morning, Saad, Omid, and whoever else watched, thank you so much. It's nice having breakfast with you and doing this reporting stories nobody else's. All right. Thank you so much. Cheers.